So Tua versus Herbert. Who do you got?
I mean, either you want the disabled guy or the champion. It's not close.
Dang, I never thought about it like that.
I'm just saying.
Check it out. That's what we're going to be talking about in this video. Let us know what you got in the comments. So, yeah, what's up, guys? This is Pass It Back Podcast, the channel. Welcome back. If you're new, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Follow us on Instagram and Apple Podcasts at Pass It Back Podcast, man.
Hey, y'all, man, we appreciate all the love y'all been showing us on YouTube, social media, through Apple Podcasts as well. Just thank you, guys. We could not do this without y'all. And from the very beginning, y'all been rocking with us. So we just want to say thank y'all from the very beginning, starting with us, man. Because it's been a grind, and we've got some great love. So thank y'all.
And Jacob has a good message for us.
Hey, during these hard times right now, y'all, don't forget to spread love, not hate. And it's some rough times, but we gotta all get through it together.
Got it.
Yes, sir.
Back to the show, guys. Let's go ahead and dive right into it, man. Tua versus Herbert, man. Who is going first? Who do you like more? Who's going first?
Who I like more? I mean, I like Oregon. So if I didn't go to A&M, I got to roll with Oregon football team. So I got to go with Herbert. Like, honestly, let's just be real. He got size. He got an arm.
That's true.
And he's smart. He's football smart, What he lacks, from what I've read, is a lot of leadership qualities, a lot of vocal qualities. But he's gotten better. He's really smart. He's got a lot of good vision. Quarterback. He's tall. He can see over any line that you put out in front of him. And, he's produced at 2 different schools, And he's stayed healthy, unlike Tua. So, yeah, it's my take. He's going possibly number 5, possibly.
So, yeah. What you got?
What you got, Jacob?
On the flip side of that, I mean, the is win healthy. Yes, if you want to be on the safe side of things, Justin Herbert's your man. He's been consistently healthy. He's been that guy. But based on who I'd want on my team, I'd want Tua.
Yeah, I got you.
In my opinion, because man, that dude is just a beast. He's a little more mobile than Justin is.
That's true.
He brings that full powerhouse leadership quality. I'm not saying that Justin doesn't. I mean, he has that leadership ability. But with Tua, man, it's just like a whole different level. Because, I mean, just look at his first game playing at Alabama. It's a national championship. He comes in at halftime, and what does everyone do? They rally around him, man. It's not just because Tua came in and he played his butt off. It's just when he came in, everyone else just got that boost. He has that leadership quality where he can make the best of the people around him. Man, it's just I hate it when he gets hurt. I hate seeing that. But dude, when he's not, he's on. He's fast. He can move. He can throw. Dude, this dude is just solid all around. And this is the type of guy I'd want, not just on the field for my team, but in the locker room.
I got you. That's a very good analysis. Now, I did some study, my own study. I didn't look at Todd McShay, Mel Kiper. I didn't look at any NFL insider analysis. I did my own analysis and watched my own film and highlights on these guys. So this is my take. Y'all might disagree with me. Let me know in the comments if y'all disagree. So let's start with Tua, man. Strengths and weaknesses, man. Strength. Let's start with the strengths. Of course, he has an amazing arm. Very accurate thrower, man. Very accurate. Can extend the play with his feet. We both know that he can scramble pretty good. He's pretty mobile, pretty athletic. He can play create. He can extend those plays. Let his receivers get open. Just in case. He can avoid sacks. And another key thing about him, too, is that he doesn't really take a lot of bad sacks. He gets the ball out of his hand. He throws the ball away when nobody's open.
I got some stats for y'all on that. So,
but yeah, let me continue. Consistent. He's really consistent with his throwing footwork. He doesn't really sail any balls like that. I mean, everybody has a tendency to sell balls every now and then, but he's pretty consistent on that. He doesn't really throw a lot of interceptions. Now, that's the only highest year was a 2018 with 6, and that's pretty good in my opinion. That's pretty good. He didn't really throw a lot of interceptions, so he's pretty good on his judgment. He doesn't lack confidence. He's a gamer, no matter if he's down or up. He's always trying to go for that big play and extend those lead. Now the weaknesses. Now this is where it gets interesting. The biggest weakness, of course, is the injury prone. He has the hip placement, the hip surgery, dislocation, and he's had a series of sprained ankles. He had the sprained ankle issue before the hip thing. That's why me and we were talking about that. What was it? One of those games we were like, hey, he should just sit out this game and just play the LSU game.
He played. What did he play? Was it Ole Miss or somebody? But he played somebody and he came back and Mississippi State. It was Mississippi State. They was up 38-3, and we was like, they should sit him down. And he came back in the second half, and that's when he got hurt.
Exactly, man. So yeah, he has a really long history with ankle sprains. That goes back to high school. So, and then I found out this too. Y'all might disagree, but I found out this statistic. In big games, he has a tendency to struggle. Now, we know he threw 2 interceptions in the Clemson game in 2018, 2 turnovers versus LSU. The only exception to the rule is, like Jacob said, the 2017 where they won the national championship because of him. Now, the questions I have with him is how does he handle not being around an elite O-line? Now, we know he's pretty mobile, but Alabama, he's probably going to get drafted by, a team that doesn't really have the best O-line. So it's interesting to see. I think he'll pick up the IQ and everything, the playbook really fast.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of, can he stay healthy? He's going to be taking some hits probably because the O-line's not going to be the best. So that's what my analysis on Tua. Now let's go into Herbert real fast. Strengths of Herbert. Very good arm, very good accuracy, athletic. He can scramble, extend those plays just like Tua can. Pretty good footwork, consistent footwork. He's 6'6", Tua's 6'1". That makes a difference, in my opinion. Weaknesses. He tends to play down the competition.
I do agree with that.
He tends to play down the competition. Now they won these games, except the Arizona games. But I think I did the research and they won these games. Now these are 2018. They beat San Jose and Bowling Green, but he had 2 interceptions in both of those games. So that's 4 total, and those defenses are trash to be throwing 2 interceptions to those teams. And Arizona State has had his number the last 2 years, and he's thrown 2 interceptions in 2018 as well. I think he threw 1 interception in 2019. So in the losses now it's interesting because in the losses he actually has played good. It's really interesting. I need to go back. What the research is telling me that the defense really didn't do their job in the losses, but I have to go further in the research of that. He tends to throw more interceptions than Tua.
I definitely agree.
But he has played more games than Tua has. If I'm not mistaken, Justin has played since freshman year, and he's played every game since I think a couple of games, a few games freshman year.
Yeah, he played freshman year.
All sophomore, all junior, and senior.
Justin has 44 games and Tua has 33.
Exactly, that makes a difference. So of course his interception rate is going to be higher. My only question with him is, can he adapt to the offensive playbook fast? Because he's going to be asked to start within that maybe within the first year, maybe within the first couple games,
Somewhere.
If he gets picked by the Dolphins, Fitzpatrick might start a couple games, but they might just throw him into the fire. I don't necessarily agree with teams doing that, but you draft him at number 5 for a reason, for him to start. So, can he pick up the offense fast? Now, what were you finna say, Jacob? That's my take. Now, who I would pick the safer pick is Herbert, in my opinion. If you want the better player, you go with Tua, but Tua is high risk, high reward. Mm-hmm. I would pick Herbert because he's more durable, and his stats and everything are pretty. He's taller, he's athletic, not as athletic as Tua. He has a good arm, good accuracy. I still would pick Herbert with the safer pick. He's not that much worse than Tua.
Yeah. So, and then one thing, and before I let you go, Jacob, is tell me a big game that Herbert has lost.
That's true. That's true because he showed up in the big games. He just plays down to his competition in those lower Pac-12 games.
There's no game that has been key games that he's lost.
He's beat Wisconsin. He's won his bowl games.
So, yeah. Go ahead, Jacob.
And see, that's fair, but another point I was going to make is that in those big games, Justin does play well and everything, but who has more big games? I mean, with Tua being in the SEC, man, those are some big games year round. Mm-hmm. With Justin Herbert, yeah, there's some great teams in the Pac-12, but there's not as many. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. That's a factor to take in. Is just the level.
That is true.
That's true, man. The audience, people that know that as well, so they can pick their analysis on who they think is better as well.
That is a good point, Jacob.
Yeah, but I wanted to throw some stats in there for when Miles was saying that Tua doesn't take very many bad sacks. So let's just look at this. So Justin has 44 games and Tua has 3. That's 11 game difference. That's almost the whole college football season. Mm-hmm. But let's just look at this. 11 games. Tua has, in 33 games, Tua has taken 25 sacks for a 199-yard loss.
Okay.
While Justin Herbert has taken 74 sacks for almost 500 yards lost.
That's total. That's total out of all the years, or just 1 year?
Out of all the years.
Okay.
So I mean, it's still not terrible.
Oh man.
But that can be big.
That is big. 500 yards.
I definitely think Tua's mindset is better than Herbert's. I think Tua's more confident than Herbert. Definitely.
Because especially, I think that just comes down to pocket awareness and the mobility with Tua that you're not getting with Justin. Because Justin, yeah, he's that big man, that big body, you're talking about that can stand in the pocket and just chunk the ball. But at some point, sometimes you might have to get out of there and bail out. And Tua definitely has the advantage on that.
Yeah.
But overall, they're both solid quarterbacks, and you can take who you want. Like we keep saying, Tua's high risk, high reward, and Justin's just a safe pick, man. Justin's solid. He can be easily teached. He can learn pretty fast and get thrown in there. And then Tua is just that high risk. Like if you take advantage and it works out, dude, he's gonna be a stud.
Yeah.